Hi there, ho there, fellas. What's up? Welcome back. How you doing? Another late upload, dude. I have been so busy. October is probably the busiest month of my life every year. I love it and I hate it. I can't even lie to you. But anyways, as you see with the title, today we are going to be talking about our good, admirable boyo, Mr. Moist Critical, Charlie. I wish we were friends. I do. He seems like the coolest Florida man that there is. But the main reason that we're talking about this is because one, I found out a few different things about him that I did not absolutely know at all. But two, the main reason why he's making headlines today is because it turns out that he is turning off his subs and like donations for his streams. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he also said for like super chats or whatever and all that jazz for like YouTube streams and everything. And the main reason why is because he has like a large amount of money that he just feels like he never will really be able to spend. And he has, I'm sure he has some sort of investing situation as well that he just makes a lot of money off of. And then, sponsorships and everything, and then still making money from like YouTube videos. He doesn't need the donations from people. And right off the bat, I'm going to say that's very admirable. That's incredibly admirable. A lot of people, especially nowadays, are so out of touch with what a lot of money is. They don't they see everything on social media, and they think $1 million is a small amount of money. Now, it ain't all the money in the world, but it is more money than most people will see in their lifetime. Not just Americans, but like most people in the world. And it can be spent fairly quickly, especially if you're done with it and you just go through and blow it. But if you're wise with it, it can carry you a long way. Probably not the rest of my life. I'm 26 years old. $1 million would probably take me about like good 10, 15 years if I used it, wisely and not as wise as I could. I'm sure it could probably take me even further than that if I invested it and, made more money off of it. But the main reason why this was so admirable to me is because he is probably one of the most, I guess you could say, least out of touch content creators that I've seen on the platform in a long time. We just made a video the other day talking about content creators who are, bullying restaurants that they're collabing with because the restaurants can't afford to. In today's economy where, they're tariffed out the ass, they are consistently hit for their workers who are undocumented to be stripped away and just kidnapped essentially. And, all this other stuff. You have influencers that think that they can just get out of like crimes because they have some sort of big influence with like some of those body cam footages that you can watch on YouTube. There's like at least one I can remember where it was like some chick with like humongous fucking tits, and she's just like, yeah, I'm like a local business owner, and like da 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 da, like you're not gonna do this to me, and like they like think that they're untouchable, and that's one of them. There was another one a few years ago. It was a dude who was like a TikTok star, and he had like 200,000 followers or whatever, like, and was driving like a Lamborghini Urus or a fucking one of those SUV Teslas or whatever, and also thought he was untouchable. Like, some people get stardom, and not only are they completely undeserving of it, but it completely boshes their mind. They turn into someone completely different. They disappear off the plane of the planet surface or whatever, and they just dip. And they become someone completely different and so entitled, and they think that they are the best thing since sliced bread. And it's pretty clear. Charlie Moist Critical has always been a pretty like clearly down to earth normal guy. Politically, always been kind of center moderate. He has some liberal takes. He has some conservative takes. Most of his takes though are typically along the side of like, don't be a shit human being, and don't invade on our personal and inalienable rights. And he's never once really exhibited or like exuded, I suppose I should say, a sense of like being someone that is putting on some sort of facade. And I think that this is really coming from the heart. it started with Queso last week. I'm not really familiar with Mr. Queso. I've seen a few of the clips online of people, just jabbing at him for his weight and stuff, and him, I guess, having fun with that on his streams and whatnot. And that's fine if that's part of his content. That's part of his content. But he pauses his games while ads run, and it's for people that can't afford to, have Twitch Prime, and that's incredible. There are some people out here that all they want to do is go online and turn their brain off. Want to support creators, small creators, big creators, whatever creators, to entertain them and to give them some sort of hope and some sort of escape. Some people, they don't have friends. They don't have the social capacity to go out and talk to anybody, any swinging dick down the road. Sometimes all they have is hopping on YouTube or hopping on Twitch and, watching people play games or chatting with people playing games, and I feel like with so much going on in our world with, how normalized it's become to become a content creator, people are becoming more and more and more desensitized to human touch. And that's not even human physical touch. That's human touch in general, human interaction, all that jazz. Sorry, I totally just scratched my nose and it started going all runny and stuff. But I just feel like it's becoming more normalized for that. And he then showed the amount of money that he's made from Twitch and from YouTube, and admitted he's just got profoundly lucky. A lot of these people don't understand that they just get profoundly lucky. They're very relatable, yes, but at the end of the day, it's just because they got lucky with one or two streams to get a nice set of exposure, to get a nice clip that was recorded by somebody watching and shared a bunch. And it's incredible that he understands that, and that he recognizes that he doesn't need that. He recognizes that some of the people in his audience are people that are so, hardworking and busting their ass every day, all day, and, still giving him their hard-earned money to entertain them. And in reality, he's so content with just being able to do it simply for the love of the game. And that is so admirable and, a really good look. And I hope that it sparks some sort of change. I really doubt that it will. Good things rarely ever do. But anyways, I just thought that was super interesting and super unique to see. And I hope that, more creators realize that, especially some of the larger ones, that are just making buku bucks that they will never be able to spend. Sometimes enough is enough for some people. But again, I guess that's just one man's thought. Thank you guys for stopping by. Excuse me, by the way, I went to a party earlier and, wow, I did yawn. I did yawn the whole time until the end. Yeah, I went to a party earlier, had a big dinner. My bad. I appreciate you guys for stopping by the channel. Please drop your thoughts down below. Do you think that this is a stupid move? Do you think that it's just some sort of marketing scheme? Do you think that it's a good decision, or do you agree with it? Let me know down below. I try to chat with as many of you as I can every single day. I appreciate you for stopping by the channel. I hope that you'll subscribe and drop a like on the video. And if you don't, maybe I'll come by your page again and we'll cross paths again. Anywho, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.